In the latest episode of Daffy's Digital Playbook, we're going to be looking at a story about how one man's grudge against another led to the birth of a billion-dollar company. It's a crazy tale of betrayal, revenge, and high-octane automobile engineering. So buckle up for a ride of your life. So, what do you know about Lamborghini? Well, they're obviously an Italian brand of luxury sports cars and SUVs. And they were founded in 1963 by Ferruccio Lamborghini, who is already a rich, successful tractor manufacturer. They say that he built the fastest tractors in Italy. And so he decided to use his expertise in high-performance engines to build the fastest cars in the world. But that isn't the story this episode is about. This is a story about a famous event in the early 1960s, where Lamborghini swore revenge against its longtime friend Enzo Ferrari, the legendary founder of Ferrari, and thus kickstarted the whole Lamborghini brand. The story goes back to 1956, when Ferruccio Lamborghini took delivery of his new Ferrari 250 GT. He had actually bought it as a gift for his wife, but within a couple of weeks, he had noticed that the car's clutch was awful. When he brought it to the Ferrari garage to complain, Enzo Ferrari, the owner and Ferruccio's longtime friend, reportedly told him, "If you don't like the clutch, you can get out and push start the damn thing." That's a rough translation. Ferruccio was understandably pretty offended by this. Now, mind you, Ferruccio wasn't some nobody complaining about a car. In addition to being a successful businessman, he had actually been a fighter pilot in World War II and later a race car driver, winning numerous prestigious races in his own Panhard and Levasseur. So he knew a thing or two about automobiles. You know, but even if he didn't, it's not okay to speak to customers like that. And it just so happened that Lamborghini had something to prove. After he heard those words from Ferrari, he decided to enter the 1957 Mille Miglia race. It was an annual 1,000-mile endurance race held on open roads in northern Italy. The race was considered to be the most dangerous in the world, and only the best drivers dared to compete. Now, to everyone's surprise, including his own, Ferruccio won the race in a Jaguar. Dizzyingly fast and beautifully designed sports cars dominated the racetrack that day. Ferruccio came in third place. The following year, Ferruccio decided to repeat the feat and teamed up with friends to form Scuderia Ferrari. They entered the race with 3 Jaguars and finished first, second, and third. Naturally, the win brought Ferruccio a lot of attention and praise, which made the stinging rebuke from Ferrari even more galling. Ferruccio may have been able to shrug off Enzo's comments if he hadn't won that race. But the disrespect cut deep because he had proven that he knew what he was talking about. He wanted to make Enzo eat his words. But to be fair to Ferrari, his comments weren't completely off base. Ferruccio's tractor company had been making heavy agricultural machinery for almost 40 years. There was absolutely no reason to think that he would know anything about making cars, but that didn't matter. Ferruccio wanted to show Ferrari what he was capable of, to use the prize money he got from the race to set up an automobile factory in a small town called Renato, near his tractor manufacturing plant. And to lead the design and development of the cars, he hired Giotto Bizzarin, Franco Scaglietti, and Gianpolo Dallara. These men were all automotive legends in their own right, having previously worked with Ferrari to design some of the most beautiful and powerful cars ever built. Now, imagine being in Enzo Ferrari's shoes. Your best friend, a man you've known for decades, has just hired away your best engineers and designers and is planning to use them to build his own cars. You know that he's only doing it to stick it to you. So you try to convince him to abandon the project. You invite him over to your beautiful Maranello estate for dinner and wine and ask him to reconsider. Ferruccio, of course, refuses, and the two friends end their relationship on bad terms. Now the battle lines are drawn, and Enzo takes it upon himself to destroy Lamborghini's reputation before he even builds his first car. You see, in addition to poaching Lamborghini's engineers, Ferruccio also poached Ferrari's customers. He starts sending letters to Ferrari's wealthy clientele, inviting them to come and take a look at his new prototype. Unsurprisingly, these potential customers are curious and intrigued, and some of them decide to visit the factory and take a test drive. However, when they arrive at the factory, they find nothing but a bunch of tractors. Obviously, Ferruccio isn't building cars yet, but he does have a few prototypes under construction, and they aren't anywhere close to being finished. To make matters worse, Enzo gets wind of this and sends his goons to scare away any remaining customers. As soon as the word gets out that Lamborghini is building a rival sports car, other manufacturers try to capitalize on the hatred between Ferrari and Lamborghini by offering to buy whatever he comes up with. But Ferruccio wants to do this on his own. He doesn't want to sell his soul to make a quick buck. He's doing this to beat Ferrari at its own game. At this point, the only way Ferruccio could win this fight was to produce a car that was faster and more luxurious than any Ferrari on the road. The question is, could he do it? We'll find out in time. The first Lamborghini, the 350 GT, was presented in 1964. It was named after the 3.5-liter engine and the GT suffix, denoting a Grand Tourer. Despite its relatively small size, the 350 GT was a true thoroughbred sports car with a top speed of 245 kilometers per hour. Its long hood and short deck gave it an elegant look that was both sporty and sophisticated. Underneath the sleek bodywork, the 350 GT boasted a powerful V12 engine that delivered 280 horsepower, allowing it to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 7 seconds. The car's handling was exceptional for its time, and it featured a 5-speed gearbox and independent rear suspension. Only 240,350 GTs were ever built. But its success paved the way for Lamborghini to become one of the most respected and coveted brands in the automotive world. To learn more about the fascinating history of Lamborghini, visit the official website. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave us a like and subscribe to support the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.